this area or this space was very, very open. I started running at like between 9:30, and I got to this facility at 5:19 in the morning. And I have honestly realized that I think starting between 11:30 and midnight, I feel like my body is more adjusted to those times compared to starting around 7, 8, and 9 p.m. And I don't know why. Like, I think that for me, and everyone's different, because I know when I made that my night riding routine, I said I like to start between like 7 and 8, and the latest is like I think 2, 3. I think like it's 11 and 12. So at this wonderful place, it is very, very open. And this is one thing that I appreciate about facilities like this. It was right off the highway, you know, we didn't have to deviate too much. We ain't make no wrong turns. And I'm grateful, very, because spaces like this are vital when it comes to trucks. You can play with your space. You can have plenty of room to maneuver, and yeah. So now we dropped off a trailer. And one of the best things I think, and I don't know who really could disagree with me, are dropping hooks. Good God Almighty, when I picked up this loaded trailer in Pennsylvania, I dropped it off in Illinois, and I dropped off the trailer. I picked up that trailer in Pennsylvania, and I dropped it off here. But the thing is, I'm picking up an empty trailer and moving about my business. Like, you ain't gotta wait for nobody playing with your time. You ain't gotta wait for nobody messing with. Never mind. But it's better. Dropping hooks they're just easier, and I feel like it's less stressful. And I honestly feel like, never mind. But dropping hooks are the stuff, okay? And whatever you do or however you do it, if you decide to come out here, just know dropping and hooking to another trailer, I think it gives you a peace of mind, for real. Like, my man over there, I think he's getting either loaded or unloaded. Nah, not today. Not tonight, not this morning. So now we're gonna go locate another trailer that I'm picking up, and I'm trying to route myself down to Texas if I can get something going to Texas. So yeah, at this amazing facility, they gave me some chocolate. And I'm grateful. I mean, I really don't need the chocolate because it's bad for my face, but they gave me some chocolate. Another place gave me a whole case of saltine crackers, and I'm just waiting for that load, you know, that I get some Victoria's Secret fragrances or some Starbucks products. You know, I'm just waiting for that load, for real. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Back. So the main point of this video, I want to be able to kind of shed some insight on how I think that it's honestly possible as a company driver to make about 1,000 or close to 1,000, over 1,000, whatever case may be, a week. And it's all about how you go about it. But before I get into that, as y'all saw in the previous clip, that dropping hooks are the best things about the job. You pick up a trailer in Pennsylvania, you drop it off in Illinois. That trailer in Pennsylvania was already loaded, so you didn't have to wait for nothing. You drop it off in Illinois, and you don't have to wait for anything. Because why? At Illinois, there's a empty trailer already for you. So once you got the empty trailer, you go on about your business. And we back on. So now that I'm done hooking up to the trailer, now it's time to check out and get the heck up out of here. Oh yeah. Many of these facilities have like this policy to where they want you to maintain a certain speed throughout the whole lot. I think this one is like 25, and then a lot of these facilities want you to have your four-way flashers on whenever you pulling in, pulling out, and whatnot. So yeah, I can say that this was one of the fortunate loads I've had. You know, it wasn't time consuming, and it was an in and out process, as I'm sure many of my fellow drivers could agree with me when it comes to dropping hooks. Yeah, now we check it out. The other thing thing is, y'all see the seal? Yes. This seal was wrapped around my fuel cap, connected to the landing gear, and that has never happened to me before. And this one man somewhere, I don't even remember, he was like, young lady, make sure you have the essential tools that you need out here, because not every distribution center, every facility is going to cut off your bolt with bolt cutters or pliers. In this situation, or how I got it off the fuel cap, is this, I went to this pilot, and this lovely man allowed me to use some pliers where I really didn't want to pay for them. So at that point, and he let me get the pliers, and that's how I was able to cut it. Some tools that you really do need, Stevens may not provide for you. So make sure y'all are extra prepared in terms of some of the things that you purchase when you're out here on your own. Also, don't let everyone gas you up with negativity. My recruiter, legit, some recruiters will come with BS. Not every recruiter is the same. My recruiter was legit. It's 30 cents a mile, as he told me. The training checks were $450 for the first couple of weeks, $500 for the last couple of weeks. And I mean, $100 on the real, he didn't really tell me it was tax deducted. And it all depends on your dependents. That $450 ended up being like $360, $380, $370-ish. And he didn't really tell me that. I have never been charged a hotel room. I have never paid for a meal being at Stevens Transport. They feed you like 3 times a day. And it may not be the best meals, but they provide people, or they distribute raffle tickets and it's / meal tickets that they give out to all their students. So that's legit. Every recruiter might not be as genuine as you would want them to be. And don't expect to come out here making thousands and thousands of dollars every week, because it's not like that. It's simply not like that. But a lot of people have these high expectations of when it comes to the financial aspect of it. And I understand if your bills are consume so much of your personal life, Stevens Transport might not be for you. $450, $500, $600, $700 might not be enough for you. And I say this because so many people on social media or out here in these truck stops or whatever case may be, literally talk so much BS about the company, but they don't understand how reputable the company is. They don't understand that this company don't get pulled in by DOT as much as other companies get pulled. And literally the owner, who's like damn near 90 or pushing 90, goes to work faithfully. I've never formally met him, but you would think that he's 19 working the way that he works, and it's amazing. It's a family-oriented company. When it comes to the transportation on how you get to Texas, I took a bus ticket. I did not have to pay for my bus ticket at all. The mode of transportation all depends on what you want to do. They reimburse you for up to $200, and I wish I flew, but I didn't. So that's my venting mode on that. So going into how you can honestly make what you really possibly want to make, it all stems from scanning in certain amount of trips at a certain amount of during a certain amount of time. If you scan in one trip at a time, you might not be able to see the money that you really want to see. Like, I started doing, I scanned in throughout some days. I had one load that was like 526 miles, another load that was 671, another one was 983, and the last one I scanned in was 1362. All of those trips combined, 4 trips, I scanned it around the same time, and it was over 3,000 miles. That's how you see your money. You see your money through repowers if you're benefiting from the repowers. Off a repower that I did from another driver, in some cases, some companies or some people refer to them as relays. It's pretty much you taking another driver's load or swapping out loads with another driver. Either that driver is running low on hours and they're not able to make that load, or that driver could be a lease contractor, whatever, to where they don't really want to sit, so they want to keep on moving. Repowers only benefit you if you're gaining something from it. Like, if you need to be compensated more, feel free to ask for like $50 more, $75 more, $100 if possible, depending on who's going to dispatch you on that assignment. Multi-stop loads, like say if you pick up in Pennsylvania and the load has like 4 or 5 drops on it. After the first drop, I think it's like $35 per drop. It's only going to benefit you if that multi-stop load is all delivered in the same day sporadically throughout different times. If you're on a multi-stop load that's like delivering, one is on Tuesday, one is on Wednesday, one is on Thursday, you hurting. That's hurting your time, that's hurting your clock. That's not the best thing for you. Multi-stop loads are the best when they're all delivered at the same time. When you're visiting certain schools, yes, there's so many schools throughout the U.S. to where you can stop by and show off your truck for $75. And some of the students are honestly fascinated by what you may present them with. And it can be beneficial in a huge way because financially you're benefiting from it. Like I was delivering in South Carolina, and on the way, which was the school that I went to, Carolina Truck Driving School, and I stopped by, did my 30-minute break there, showed off my truck, and that was it. Bada bing, bada boom. So that's beneficial. When you go on to New York, if you want to go to New York, it's $75. You don't really have to go to New York, but that's a $75 fee. When it comes to detention pay, you get your money from detention pay. You get your money from layover. Like if you're staying somewhere for more than 30 hours, I think, depending on if you're a company driver, depending on if you're a lease driver, they pay you for that. You need to get paid for all this. There's so many incentives in different areas to where you can seek the money that you want to make without leasing, without training. So I really think that's it. But again, if you are scanning in one trip at a time, you might not really see what you want to see. Like say if the best loads are ones that are over 600 miles, over 700 miles. Like say if you get a load that's like 400 miles, that's BS. But that 400-mile load can lead up to a 2,000-mile load that's great. It's legit. And honestly, that might be something you really want to munch on, I guess. What else? Yeah, but my main biggest advice to y'all is that I was gonna leave when I started this company. I went with my gut in this situation, and some of the people who were trying to encourage me to stay and end up staying. My mind was telling me, nah, you need to go. It's time for you to go venture out and seek other opportunities somewhere else because it was too much. They make you go through so many loops and so many hoops when it comes to doing backing maneuvers up on a yard. It's just so much, and it makes you feel discouraged at a point to where you honestly feel like you're wasting your time. But I think honestly it's a good company, and it has gotten better for me because I have allowed it to get better for myself. And honestly, to each is his own. You make the best out of your situation if your mind will allow you to make the best out of it, because certain things will be out of your control. You can't control if some of these shipping offices and receiving places are playing with your time while your 14-hour clock is running up. And I'm tight because that really, really bothers me that your 14 hours is running up and they're playing with your time when it comes to a certain load. So I'm sorry. That really, really does annoy me. I don't understand why the 14 hours still goes. But anyway, don't let everyone's negativity discourage you from doing what you need to do to benefit you in aspects in your life. But yeah, I thank you all so much for all the subscribers, all the likes, all the comments. The comments allows me pretty much brings interaction. I definitely read the comments, and it allows me to know some of your thought processes. And yeah, so if you're with Stevens now, or if you're going through your training phases, make sure you be patient, because it could be BS somewhere else that you could encounter, and it may bring you back to Stevens Transport. So try to make your best at your situation. Be as patient as you possibly can be, especially when it comes to some of these trainers, because some of these trainers probably will make you go through it. And yeah, so y'all make sure y'all stay safe. I thank you all once again, and y'all stay tuned for the next one.